Hello, Meta. Thank you for your question. I'm not sure exactly how you're doing this in class, how you've been instructed to do this, but I'll show you the way that I would handle a question like this. What I would do is I would draw it as a Venn diagram like this. The first circle could represent people with dogs, and the second circle could represent people with cats. And in the middle, we could have the people who have a dog and a cat. So they gave you all of this information in percentages, and I think it's probably easier to look at this from a population kind of standpoint. So if we just assume that we have 100 people, let's say, then it says that 20% of them have a dog, and 20% of those have a cat. So 20% of 20% is just 4%, right? So if we had 100 people, then 4 of them would have a dog and a cat, and 16 of them would have just a dog, and that makes up the 20 out of 100, which is the 20%. It also says that there are 30% who own a cat, and it doesn't specify whether those people have a cat or a cat and a dog. And so we have to assume that the total number of cat owners is 30 for our 30%. So we're going to put the 26 there so that the 4 plus the 26 makes our 30. And then back here, the 16 plus the 4 would make our 4 people who have a dog. So the question is, what is the probability that a randomly selected family owns a cat? So they're just saying, what's the probability of having a cat? And they told you that in the question. The probability is 30%, because 30% of all families have a cat. What is the conditional probability that a randomly selected family owns a dog, given that it doesn't own a cat? So you want the probability of owning a dog, given that you have no cat. All right? Okay. And so the people who have just a dog and not a cat, there's only 16 of those out of the 100, and so I would write that as 16%. That's how I would handle a question like that. Again, I'm not sure, because I haven't seen your lecture notes, how you guys have been instructed to do questions like that. But that would be what I would suggest. I hope that helps.